So for paths omega 1, omega 2, omega 3 in such a way that they are uh, 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 their product is possible, right? Then their product is associative. And if we have a path omega omega from x0 to x1, then this holds. Now we have following result. Uh, so lemma, let omega I x be a path then the before that, let me define, let omega from I to x be a path. Define a path omega inverse from I x by omega inverse omega 1 minus t, right? So how this path will look like? So you can see that if omega is this path, right? Omega is this path. So you see, this is going to be your omega 0. This is your omega 1, right? Then uh, omega inverse will be a path which will start from here and end here. You see, when t equal to 0, omega inverse 0 is what? Omega 1, right? So this is basically omega inverse 0. This is omega inverse 1, right? So this is a omega inverse is the opposite path, right? You can say it is its image is same, right? But it is traverse in the opposite direction. All right. So so omega starts from here and it ends here, but omega inverse starts from here and it ends here. This is the difference. Next, we have following lemma. If omega from I to x is a path between a path such that omega 0 equal to x naught, omega 1 equal to x1, then this omega star omega inverse is homotopic to epsilon x naught, and omega inverse star omega is homotopic to epsilon x, where epsilon x is the constant path at x. So basically, let us see what this, what is this. Suppose this is your omega, okay. So this is your path. This is x naught. This is x1. So this is your path omega, and omega inverse will be this path, right? So when you take product, what will you, what path you have? You have this path, then you come back like this, right? Basically this, and then you come back. This is another, this is a path. So that is omega star, omega inverse. And now what is this omega inverse, omega star? So this is first you go with omega inverse, then you go with omega, so this part. So it starts, this one has start, origin and end points as omega 1, x1, and this one has origin and end points as x naught. So you can see that, I mean, by definition itself is there that omega inverse of omega is nothing but omega, right? By definition. So if we can prove this one, this is automatically this automatically will follow. So we'll just prove this one. Define h from I cross I to x by h t prime equal to so this is x naught. So how we are doing this? First of all, let me see. So how we plan to define this homotopy between this and this? So basically, we made this picture. Okay, this is t prime. This is t. This is half 1, right? Half 0. So this omega we will cover in this portion, and then omega inverse will cover in this portion, right? So you see this portion means x naught, this x naught, basically epsilon x naught, you can see, right? And in this portion, it is omega, not exactly omega, right? So we will see what map we are. Let me just give a picture, right? So how we I plan to do this, right? So this initially you have omega star omega inverse, right? Like this map. Then slowly and slowly it will go up to maybe here. Then it come back like this. Then it will go up to here maybe. Then it will come back. then it will go up to here, then it will come back, seems like. So continuously it will, means its range, means it's that path gets shortened, right? So this slowly and slowly, and in the end, when t prime equal to 1, it is just constant. So initially it is this, uh, so so you see, so this constant portion of the constant path, it means it keeps on increasing, right? So initially in this, just at this point, then when t prime is here, then a constant path is here up to here. Then this omega parts of omega and omega inverse will be there in this region, and then epsilon x naught constant path again. So you see here that we define. So what is this line? We have to see. So we can write equation of this line. So what is that? This between 0, 0 and half 1. So basically t prime minus 0 upon t minus 0 equal to 1 minus 0 upon half minus 0. This will give you t equal to t prime upon 2. So basically this is t equal to t prime upon 2, right? So this is between t, it is x naught if t is between 0 and t prime upon 2. Now what is question of this line? So that is between, this is 1 comma 0. So this is t minus 1, and then half, then 1 minus 0, then half minus 1. This is your minus half, so this is minus 2, right? So this will give you t equal to 1 minus t prime upon 2. Right, so this is your t equal to 1 minus t prime upon 2. Okay, so between this and this, it is x naught. There is epsilon x naught also we can write, but so here we can write epsilon x naught t, right? So, but it is just, that is just x naught. So x naught. Then next is, then next in this portion, so this is between t greater than equal to t prime upon 2 less than equal to uh, half, sorry, yes, half. In this region, it will be omega So what we'll do, so this we translate t goes to t prime minus upon 2 right. So t goes to t prime upon 2. Then your interval is basically 0 comma half minus t prime upon 2. So in this interval, we want to traverse for t prime equal to 0, the whole omega should be traversed, right? So basically we have to uh, stretch it. So this is 2 times. So basically 2 times we have to stretch. So this is 2t minus t prime. Then omega inverse will come, right? So omega inverse in this t between half and 1 minus t prime upon 2. So this interval again we have to this one you have to translate by half. Then we have 0, interval 0, and then half minus t prime upon 2. Now we have to complete omega inverse in this, right? So that when t prime is 0, this, so we have to double the speed again. When t prime is 0, omega inverse, this we have interval 0 half. So omega inverse should be completed when t prime is 0. So we have to increase. So basically omega inverse uh, t minus omega inverse t minus this half. And then with double speed, so it is 2t minus 1. 2t minus 1. Now something. So basically, I mean, reverse path of this. So this reverse. So in this, so from here to here, omega is traverse up to some extent, and then it comes back, right? So here this t we should replace by 1 minus t, right? So it is 2 times 1 minus t, that is 2 minus 2t minus t prime. And then x naught in the 1 minus t prime upon 2 less than equal to t less than equal to 1. Yeah, so it is fine now. So H is going, capital H is going to be continuous by using similar ideas as we have discussed previously. Clearly, capital H is continuous, hence omega star omega inverse is homotopic to an x naught since omega inverse is nothing but omega. Omega, we conclude that but star omega homotopic x1. So this completes the proof. Now theorem. If let x be any topological space and x prime x naught be a point in x, denote the set of all loop classes with base point x naught, loop classes in capital X with base point x naught by okay, then is a group called as fundamental group of capital X at x naught, right? Then this is a group with respect to product with respect to product defined by omega 1, omega 2. This is just product of path classes star omega 2. So you see loops, we have seen that what are loops? They are paths whose origin and end points are same. So if we consider take a fixed point x naught, and we consider all the loop classes, right? Whose base point is x naught, right? Then that set is a group with respect to this product to this product of paths, right? So we know that once we have origin and end points same, right? If omega 1 and omega 2 are two path loop classes, then their origin and end points they will be, if omega 1 and omega 2 are here, it means they have same origin and end points, that is x naught. So of course there is no problem in considering product, right? And we have already seen that if we are able to define product, then that product of path classes is uh, associative. So associativity is there, that this product is well defined already, we have seen. So let us prove clearly uh, this product is uh, so clearly product this is associative, right? And epsilon x naught, this class, right? Class of loop class of this constant path, right? So constant path is also is a loop, right? Its origin and endpoints are same, and this is identity C for. Now what else? Inverse, right? Then for any omega in x naught, this omega star omega inverse. This is why we have already seen that this is nothing but. So what is the what is the, this is starting and end points of omega. And so you just see here, if omega is this loop, right, then omega inverse will be this loop. So their starting and end points are same, right? So this is nothing but epsilon x naught, and that is what this is x naught. So this also omega inverse star omega. Right? So you have associativity, you have identity, you have inverse, right? So hence, is a group. Is a group. So in general, this is not abelian. This group is not abelian. We will see under what conditions it is abelian, and we will see some examples where it is not abelian, right? So some examples. Some examples of fundamental group. So for example, if we take if X is convex subset, then this pi 1 X naught is trivial Fund group, right? For every X naught belonging. Because we have seen that any two paths, any two, so if X is convex, then it is contractible, right? So we have seen that if X is convex, then it is contractible. So we have seen that if you have any two maps, F1, F2, right, from some Y to X, if X is convex, then they will be homotopic. So we have seen. So in particular, if you consider the loops, two loops, if you consider two loops, omega 1, omega 2, right, from I to X, right, then they will be homotopic. So any two loops, in particular, any loop is homotopic to a constant loop at any fixed point. It means all the loops at a fixed point, be based at a fixed point are homotopic. It means there is only one homotopic class of loops at any fixed point x naught. It means your group is trivial group. We will see that if we consider circle, right, then its fundamental group is Z. So this, so with this we will see. So why it is? So it looks very simple, but proof is quite long, right? So we will see how it is. So idea is that you can consider these loops like if you take a base point here, then you can consider this loop. This will be equivalent to 1. Then you consider 2 rounds. It will be equivalent to 2. Then 3 rounds. It will be equivalent to 3, right? So there will be isomorphism between Z and this. Then loop class of taking 4 rounds. Similarly, if you consider loops in the other direction, right? In this direction, it will be equivalent to -1. Then 2 times in this direction, -2, then -3, then -4, like this. So we stop here.